Are you a contractor striving to build a home improvement business that truly thrives? Are you tired of being stuck in the trenches, working in your business instead of on it? Welcome to the Unlimited Contractor Podcast, the show dedicated to helping you build, grow, and maximize your home improvement business. Join us as we unlock the secrets to exceeding your expectations and achieving the business of your dreams. We'll dive deep with industry experts, successful contractors, some of our clients, all sharing our hard-earned experience and wisdom. Get ready for actionable tips, proven strategies, and real-world examples that you can implement today to transform your business. We're breaking down everything from marketing, sales, operations, and finance, so you can finally ditch the overwhelm and start building a profitable, scalable, and truly unlimited business. Get ready to build your brand, grow your business, and maximize your results. This is the Unlimited Contractor Podcast. Let's get started. And if you haven't already, I would like to give you one of my books, Foundation First, The 5 Pillars of Unstoppable Growth in Your Home Improvement Business, where we cover mindset, marketing strategies, sales strategies, knowing your numbers and your team. If you would like a copy, just go to theunlimitedcontractor.com/foundation-first to receive your free copy. Today I had a conversation with Gabriel, the owner of Paint Pros, and I gave him some advice on how he can grow his business. Here's our conversation.
Hello?
Hello.
Oh, you can hear me now.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't have a camera. Let me see. I think I have one, but I have to look for it right now. How you doing, by the way?
I'm doing well. How about yourself?
Good, very good. You want me to look for it?
You don't have to.
Or we can do WhatsApp or something if that's what you want.
No, this is fine.
Okay, great. Awesome.
So how you been doing?
I've been doing good. Right now, it's the weather's not really working out great. That's about it. Just the weather. The weather today, I wanted to have 2 houses painted this week, but rain, a lot of air. So basically, not gonna do nothing this week.
No, yeah. That always sucks when you have a bunch of exterior stuff.
Yeah. Basically, right now is just exterior. Like basically, I don't know. I've had my experience when they hardly ever call me for interior, and if they do, they will always say no, or maybe too high, or so. I don't know. I think this part of the country, I think it's not that expensive because I know. There's a group that we probably talked at the beginning. I see other people putting some crazy prices for how much they would charge for a certain job.
Okay. You're in Iowa?
Yes, Iowa.
Okay.
Small town.
All right. Do you know that you're pricing it too high, or is that what they're saying, or is that just what you're guessing?
Well, you know what? Lately, I dropped myself a little bit on the price just so I can get started this year. And pretty much all the ones I've done is probably been saying yes. You know what I
Okay.
mean?
Yeah. Well, right now, what is your average job size, whether I guess exterior?
Exterior, let me see right away, just so I can get a quick reference. Well, if I let me quick right away, because it's so okay. One of the houses that I'm probably doing that I just got approved. It's with paint for 3,600, and that was when I first started, this year, and I said, well, I want to start get a couple in, and then and then go back to a little bit once I start a little bit busy, just go a little bit higher. But I mean, but every house I bid it, I mean, I'm gonna still make profit more than enough, I would say. I mean, the last house I did just last week, I I ended up getting 8,900. I'm probably gonna keep probably about 5 or 6 out of that. No, probably 5. I forgot about that. I bought the paint. Yeah.
So right at 5,000.
Yes. Then there's Lance Penderson. I forgot which one. That one. That's for 6,000. Another one for 52, 77, 3,000, 3,000, 32, 37, 7, 5, 90, 97.
So maybe on average, maybe around 5,000
Yes. Let's say profit for me 3,000, I would say.
out of the 5,000
Yes, that's
on average.
yes, I would say that. I don't think it'll be under 25. If I get it for 5, I don't think it's 25. That would be probably a little bit too low. I would say it would be 3,000.
Okay. Yeah. So that's a little bit better than 50%
Yes.
gross profit.
So is that me charging too much?
Not if you're getting them.
Okay.
Um,
Well, yeah, and that's when I drop my price, and I mean I still getting half at least, and pretty
yeah,
much all of them are saying yes.
yeah, yeah, that's not bad. Getting half. Those jobs, I know it depends, but just say you had a $5,000 job. If the weather was nice, how long would that take?
Well, I would like to send you a couple pictures. You gotta let me see if I can find my other phone. I would like to send you a couple pictures. No, I'll send you pictures of the house that I looked at today. Let me see if I have them on this phone. Nope. Mhm.
Yeah, I mean that's all right. I'm just wondering, on average, how long they're taking you to do the exteriors.
Well, I would say 3 to 4 days. I mean, it depends. It shouldn't. I mean, if I not like last year, I just got started. I would just have somebody go there, only one person, because I wanted to wait so I can get the other one eventually. So I was kind of a lot slower. So I would go slower, but once I know that I'm gonna have more than enough, so I start getting, trying to find somebody who can help me, like even pass them around, and then I still make money regardless. Like I have a buddy of mine that he said he would get the helpers, he takes care of the job, and we would split on half. Like let's say if I got it for 6 and paint cost me 600, and then his labor guy charges like his hourly wage probably 700. So whatever that subtracted that, and then we would go half, and I would just show up and pick up the money that's in basically, and tell him what's needed to be done at the beginning.
Okay.
He's a contractor. He's been a contractor for about 30, 40 years.
Oh, okay. So you would get the jobs and he would just
Do it.
do the production.
Yes.
And
And I'll
then
be
you would,
getting, and I'll be getting half, not necessarily half because we would subtract the labor from the total that I got. Like if I did it for 5, and then I took $1,000 worth of material, and then each guy who helped us, let's say, was another 1,000, so that's 3,000 left over. That's when we would split it the half.
right. Okay.
And I kind of stopped doing that because I ended up figuring it out that it was more money for me if I just hired somebody to do it, just by
Yeah,
the hour.
yeah, because yeah, you're not going to be able to get the 50% gross margins. Um,
With the guy.
yeah, doing splitting the profit with him.
Yes.
So
What do you think on that one?
yeah, I mean, if you can find it yourself, that would be good. I mean, if you're, yeah, I wouldn't make that a my only source if that's what something you wanted to do. Um, if anything else, I would just switch it to say, hey, if I charge 5,000, you can get to 2,500, and
Yes, that's better for me because that's 25. I mean, well, I could do the paint, buy the paint because, so let's say if I got it for 5, the paint was 1,000, which is probably not going to be. Then
right,
that's 4, and then I would say 4 and 4, 2 and 2. Then that'd be good for me because I don't have to pay for the labor he did. You know what I mean? For
right,
the labor on the helper.
right,
Yeah, I think
yeah,
that's a better proposition for me to let him know about that.
yeah. That's what I would do. And even if you wanted to, you could just do the just work it out so you know what he's using the right materials. But if he's been a contractor that long, then he can
But
just handle the materials too. And
yeah,
then you just, if you bid the job for 5,000, all you need to do is say, okay, your cut is 2,500. That's you deal with the labor and materials. When you're done, you get 2,500.
yeah.
And then that way you're not running around worrying about the materials as well.
Okay, so out of his 50%, he picks up the materials.
Yes.
Okay. But right now I see bigger companies, I think they charge more, I think.
Yeah. Well, yeah, what you have to do when somebody calls you up, or how do most people contact you? Through Facebook or do they call?
Well, I mean, last year I when I started getting busier, I started doing Facebook ads. And but this year I tried, and you know what? It's nothing, nothing, no, nothing. It's just garbage. Nothing calls me. No clicks, no nothing. Just, and I think I got better on how to do the ads than last year. But I think I went to a Facebook group for ads, and I think everything's been not working lately for everybody. So I really don't know about that. But this year I tried the ads and nothing's really working. But I started doing the friend requests for like I started looking for realtors and I in my area and started, yep, yes, started that started helping for sure.
Well,
Yeah.
no, no. When when somebody contacts you, is it normally by phone, or do they send you a message or a comment
By
on
phone.
Facebook? They call you?
Yes, normally they always call me. They'll find me on Google My Business and that way they'll call me or
Okay.
yeah, and
So
then it's Facebook stuff, the friend request I did, and then just doing that daily something. They started seeing it, and just another job that I picked up the deposit today. They told me that they're looking at what I put on Facebook, even if they don't tell me they're looking.
right. Yeah. Um so whenever you have someone that calls you, how does how do you handle that?
Just I would say, well, I have my phone. I would say, hi, this is Gabriel. And since I have my phone for different stuff, and I don't want to just say painting pros right away, I would say, how may I help you? And then they'll say, oh, I'm looking for an estimate for this such place. And yes, yeah, I would say, yes, absolutely. I would love to help you with that quote that you need help with painting the exterior. And I will ask them that I need a phone number, email, if they can text it to me so I can have that, and that I would need that for me to send them a quote. And and then I would say, well, when is a good time for me to stop by and look at it so you can show it to me? Sometimes we'll meet in person, and some other times they'll just give me the address and tell me you can go look at it. They won't be like, oh, I want to see you with me. So when I
Right.
go to if I do see him in person, then I will try to kind of explain them what we would be doing. I would tell them I would be going through the steps. Let's say power washing, scraping, and if caulking or just whatever, everything we would be doing. I just kind of explain them what is the process, and I kind of ask them, what do you want? What do you want to do? I mean, what type of quality paint do you want? Just kind of talk about something, being friendly.
Okay. Um, that's pretty much what every painter is going to do. So
Yep.
you're not going to help yourself stand out by doing it that way.
Yep.
Um,
I gotta stand out for
yeah.
sure.
So when
Oh,
some
I would try to come with you probably saw my before I just got the t-shirts and I bought one of those shirts for dress up shirts but with the logo or
right,
just try to go like that, go professional.
right.
And then
Well, that helps too. But whenever they call, you need to try to set up where you're asking more questions. Um, that can one help you determine
if they're serious.
if they're serious,
I
and
try to do that, like saying, when were you thinking of getting this done?
well, one question you have to ask is why are they wanting to have the service done, or try to get to the bottom of what it is that they're wanting it for. Saying something like, yes, we would love to come out and help
Let
take
me
care of this.
let me write down that question.
And
What was the question again?
basically, what, um, um, lost what I was saying.
Why they wanted to paint it?
Yeah, what makes you want to have this done right now? I mean, there's different ways you can word it, but
Yes, yes, but that's just an idea.
yeah, to get an idea of exactly, are they selling the house? Is it just not been taken care of? Um, or that way you can know if they what part of the process they're in ahead
Okay.
of time,
So,
and asking questions like that, that you're trying to build value by asking questions and letting them know that you're taking their needs seriously.
okay, kind of, yeah, okay, kind of get involved in their life just by making a making a question and like even with those questions, they might need more work and I might know the right people for that.
Right. Yeah, I mean, because if you say, hey, what makes you um interested in getting this done right now, then they may say like it's a rental property, they just need to fix it up. they're moving, they just bought the house, then you know how to go forward from there.
Yeah, if they're a rental guy, then I know that's probably gonna be a cheaper thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. Yes.
And then I mean if it's a rental person,
Ask them if it's a rental also, maybe.
I mean, you don't necessarily have to, but you can
Because
ask,
they,
is this your personal home? You can ask them that. That's one way to ask without saying, "Hey, is this a rental?"
okay. Is that like not a great question? Because probably it's like because you changed the wording. That's good.
Yeah, yeah, asking them if this is their personal home is just going to make it more personal, and then especially if it is their personal home, they're going to say, "Oh yeah, yeah," and then you don't want somebody to like be put off by you asking them if it's a rental, and it's not.
Okay.
But then, I mean, if it's a rental and that's something you still want to do, um, you don't even have to go through all the steps of going out there and looking at it for the most part,
Yes.
because you can just
Skip to that as
possibly look
well.
it up on Google or
And
whatever, and just
do
once
my
you know is going to be,
X amount of
just say
dollars.
it's going to be five, you can let them know, hey, projects like that, once you talk to them again, are usually in the $5,000 to $7,000 range.
Right.
That way you're not,
That way I don't lose my time in writing all this stuff and
yeah,
go. Yeah, that's the one thing I had. I mean, when I went through the rentals, I mean, last year, went to a couple of people that wanted their rentals. And I'm like, and I didn't find that out before. And then when I was there, real estate, I was like, oh, I'm not gonna get it. That's what I
yeah,
thought. And when as soon as find out there were rentals, I was like, oh, I'm not getting this one for sure.
yeah. Um, I've I've had a hard time doing stuff like that too because of my prices. And most of the time when it's a rental property, they're just wanting the fastest, cheapest paint
Possible.
job from what I've experienced.
And then it's you being there already taking the call, it's already you're wasting time,
Yeah,
probably. That's one thing I didn't I never thought about that question. But with that question, I can probably already find out if it's a rental or not, or
right.
and then I can kind of weed them out and tell them, oh yeah, I'll give me your email, I'll send you a quote, boom, just I won't even have to kind of go over there because that's time for us. We
Yeah,
gotta wait.
yeah. But then on the other hand, if you find somebody that's their home and they, whatever the case is, they just bought it or they haven't worked on it in a while, then you can do stuff and ask other questions like, how long have you been thinking about getting this done? Or what a, what about a professional painter are you looking for? Um, is you can go different directions, and then if it's a homeowner, you can do more things to build more value versus if it's somebody that just owns rental properties.
Yes, it's a rental property. That's a must. I gotta. So I'm just trying to just um improve my way of closing because I know I'm not nervous about talking to people, and I know I can show up on time and get liked by people who would like me. I think so. I know I can anything that needs to be fixed. I twist myself so I can do what needs to be done the correct way.
Right. Yeah. So if you can ask a, a bunch of questions and listen to what they're saying, then you know how to talk to them and what's important to them. So they might not care about you telling them about you're going to scrape and you're going to do this and you're going to use this paint. They might not care about that. So you don't necessarily need to spend a whole lot of time talking about that. But if you can start talking about what's important to them, whatever that is,
Mm.
then that's a way you can add value. And most other painters, when they come there, are not going to be doing all that.
Okay, that's already. Yeah, yep, yes, and yeah, yeah. How many do you how does your well, like I said, I'm just starting, so I do struggle with employees, so yeah, just trying to figure that out too. But
Right.
I guess I have to figure that one out.
Yeah. Well, it helps once you can start building value and learn how to
Charge more,
create value, and then you can start charging more,
and then I can pay more.
then you can start paying more, and your all of your quality and your customer service is going to go up,
Yes.
and then that means your profits are going to go up.
Let's say right now I probably have about I don't know, probably 7 houses I gotta do, I would say. Minimum, at least.
Right.
So, and then the weather can really, that's when if I keep getting jobs, then that's when I can have, the contractor do one and then just let him do the ones that I really don't want to do because I want to make sure everything's done right.
Right.
Because I'm learning as I go. Like you remember, you told me about the paper, then that you probably would have done it a little bit more. Then I was thinking about it, and that's probably right.
Right.
And
Which I mean,
I just gotta get and why I was asking is because in the summer when you need all that stuff, well there's none to be bought. There's I mean you're struggling buying paint and stuff like that.
yeah, because everybody's busy doing the same thing.
Yes. So right now I'm actually buying. I mean, I just order some more. I already fill up my lot, and I'm just trying to buy just in case. I mean, just to have them because I can always return them. So let's
Right.
say I went to Lowe's. They don't have the wider paper. They only have the 1 foot in the wider paper. Then I'll just maybe that one you can even cover the gutters. You can cover the roof.
Right.
So I'm just trying to get some more stuff because later on I might have trouble finding the stores that have it.
Right. And since you've been posting more and doing more with Facebook,
It has helped me.
so that's picked up your business a lot versus doing the Facebook ads.
Actually, yes. I mean, and I just started after you told me. I mean, I was I did a couple stuff, but then I started thinking about my own work, take videos. I'm gonna try to do the videos pretty often, that fast or when they're scraping. Uh, I mean, make a video when they're scraping, and have it go fast and then just people can see stuff. People like that, see that stuff.
Yeah. See, the more you do that and the more you have that too, just for instance, if somebody calls you and say, "Hey, yeah,
What
blah
can
blah
you say?
blah, how do you how do you paint the exterior, or what's your process?" You can say, "Okay, well, I'm going to send you a video, so then they can watch the video for themselves."
Yeah, you're right. That's a video of showing how it's a power wash, boom, or this, they
Yeah,
people like that. And oh, you're right. That's good.
right. So you can use all that stuff
say, hey, if you
to
wanna send your
help
video.
you sell.
And today, another person called me. They accepted my bid. That was the $3,600 one. That's easy house too. I mean, if I really wanted, if I take one or two guys, I can probably do it in one day. Easy.
Okay. Yeah.
One day working 3,600 probably I would say probably about 17 with for me after paint and labor
Okay. Yeah.
minimum. So yeah, it's more than half.
But yeah.
But
Um.
yeah, making those videos. So I think the guy that I talked to him, I asked him, hey, what made you decide with us? They said, well, one guy didn't even we asked for a quote, they didn't even showed up. And the other one, they said sometimes they say that, but then they said they look at me and that they saw my Facebook stuff and they liked it. So they just saw my Facebook and they said, oh, this is the guy I want. And then the other person I picked up the money today from, he said he's been watching the video and the pictures that I've been posting. So I think that is like a reassurance just for they could say yes, right?
Right.
So I can once I do a bid, I can show them, hey, look, this is where you can find me. You can see my work. They can scroll through there, even if I'm a little bit higher, they can still say yes just because they saw that information.
Right. So that'll doing that stuff. It gives you all the kind of social proof that they need to help make a decision too. Because like I said about the other stuff, most painters are not going to be focused on doing that.
I'm actually even thinking on calling one company or two to ask me how much they're going to pay the charge me for the house, and I want to learn what they do. You know, give me a bid to me just so I can learn. Oh, okay, they do this, they do that. You know, call and figure out exactly what's their process.
Well, the only thing I would say with that is you would only want to do that with a company that you're trying to be like.
Yes,
Because
I I'm always trying to improve. So it
right,
would be like I don't have to take everything from everybody. It'll be more like what is the stuff that I did like from him, and I would definitely do
right.
more on that.
Well, I would I would say don't do that. Not that you can't, but I wouldn't because I wouldn't want somebody wasting my time just to try to get information from them.
Okay.
Just like, I mean, you wouldn't want somebody doing that to you.
No, probably not. But yeah. Yeah,
Um,
that's why am I always asking questions.
right. Um, no, that's you can talk to other painters and maybe they can talk to you like in Facebook groups or somewhere and they find someone that may be willing to give you some advice on that part of it rather than just calling and getting somebody to come quote.
Right. Okay. Yeah. So what do you think? I mean, what
Yeah. And with that, did you look through all the different PDFs?
yeah, I read them all.
Okay. Yeah, the social media guide one, it has a whole list of different kind of videos and content you can make. So that would be able to help you to know what kind of different stuff you can.
different videos. Because sometimes you just need the idea. Like
Yeah,
sometimes you just haven't thought about it. And that's when I would say, oh, like the videos, the fast forward, I hadn't even thought about it. I thought about it the other day. That's when I thought.
yeah,
And this guy who was gonna do it, I was gonna send him the video. He was gonna do it. He couldn't. I don't know, for some reason he couldn't figure out how to join Zoom or stuff like that. So I just went on my own and looked at YouTube video and I did it myself. The fast forward thing probably took me a couple minutes. So I just learned how to do it myself. It's not that hard.
right. Yeah, I mean, because stuff like that, it's better that you spend your time making that content versus
Paying ads.
put, yeah, spending money on ads
But
right
then
now anyway.
but then the ads, yeah, right now I don't. If I only wanted to do it myself, like I didn't want to, have people to help other people, like the contractor. Let's say if I keep getting more jobs, I'm still gonna say yes because I have the people, other people I know that can take care of it, and that's why I don't have a problem just keep on going. But if I was only thinking on doing me and one person, I probably would already stop on saying yes.
Right. Well, I mean, also, if you have 5 or 6 jobs lined up, then you can start being pickier about the jobs. And if it's a job that you really don't care if you lose, just if you were going to say it was a $4,000 job and you don't necessarily care if you lose it, tell them 5,000.
Then that'll make it worth my time.
Right.
Now, how do you go about estimating? Like, I haven't really figured out, but I can kind of know the by days. I figure it out on my own. I say, well, I think I might need like two people, certain amount of days, and I'll say, well, let's put another day extra there, and then I just go kind of give a price for how many days and stuff like that. I really don't know how to vote on
Right.
that.
Well, yeah, you would have to know what your goal is. Um, just say, just to do something simple, what would be your ideal
Ideal. Right now,
profit?
I would
Well,
ask
your
about.
ideal, hold on, your ideal profit for the year. Like, how much money do you want to make for the year?
I would say 150 this year.
150?
Yeah, profit or 120 profit.
Okay.
Just no, not the whole job things, but
Right.
profit.
Yeah. So, well, if you wanted to do that and you were doing it at 50%, you would need to make at least 300,000 to,
Divided by 5,000 per
well,
house.
no, you would have,
That's how many houses I probably have to do.
no, hold on. You would have to do $300,000 in revenue to, if you kept half of that, to make the 150,000.
Okay.
Or are you saying you want to do 150,000 total?
Well, last year I think I probably did about 100. I'm not really sure. I didn't even. I just started keeping the money, and I think it was about 100 because I was able to buy a lot of stuff. So
Right. Well,
in this year, I think I'm way ahead.
okay.
But
Well, to do
I
to
started raising.
do to do 300,000 at for 50 weeks, that's taking 2 weeks off. You need to be at $6,000 a week.
That's a whole year, right?
Yeah, that's for the whole a whole year.
No, I need that in about a 6 month period because because the exterior work is about 6 months, I would say. Besides 6, 7 months.
Okay, where you're at about six
Yes.
months.
Yes.
Well, also you can also do things to keep up with all these people to try to work on the inside as well. So you have work all year round.
Yes. But like
But
I just started. I don't have a list or stuff like that. I really don't have a list.
well, if you
So,
wanted to do it in 6 months, then you'd have to double that, and you have to make $12,000 a week.
yeah, I'm not even close to that yet.
Yeah, if you want to do 300,000 in 6 months, you have to do 1,200 a week.
Last year there was a couple weeks that I made about 10,000.
Yeah, so that's $2,400 a day.
Yeah, okay.
So
Yeah, then yeah, that's what I would like, but I don't know if that's doable this year.
um,
But I think I that's why I want to get more jobs so I can just pass them around
right,
and then just keep doing that and grow and grow. And I mean, in about the money, I'm not a like money hunger. It's more like I like the deal of growing. So I don't mind putting money back into advertising for that. So I'm not worried about that.
right,
Even like if I get more jobs or if I don't have a problem spending money for advertisement or a van or a truck. So even if I made $120,000 in the end of the year, I could probably spend $40,000 on another van, on ladders, on supplies.
right,
It won't matter to me. I will consider it profit just because
right,
part of the growing part.
right. Investing back into your company and yourself.
Yes, yeah, and then spending on knowledge and just everything. I can live with a certain amount of money and I'm fine with that. I
Right,
always have money saved up, and if I have about X amount of dollars, then I start looking for something to do with it, to buy with.
right. Well, I mean, even if your average job is 5,000 and it's takes 3 to 5 days, if you had two jobs a week, you and could make that start um, getting better jobs.
Hiring, I mean, charging a little bit more.
Yeah, charging
But don't you
more,
think like
making more.
right now, since I don't have the pace, that good, I was thinking I could probably start like I've been doing, like, start with some houses, doing the videos, posting more stuff on just getting more friends, and then I can start just putting up the price higher, and so I can reinvest that same money back to the business.
Right. Well, if you're focusing on doing marketing and sales, getting jobs and selling jobs, also your content and the jobs you're doing are going to get better. So all your videos are going to start getting better, and you're going to start attracting
More people.
better people.
Yeah, that's what I want.
Right. I
That's what
mean,
I want.
just just think about it. You just started doing it like that, and you've already got a ton of feedback and jobs from it.
From the day I started adding the friends on the Facebook, just what is it, a week ago? So
Yep.
I'm one house I got from that. There's this other realtor. I mean, she rents homes. I think I'm doing one for sure, and she wants three estimates for three different houses. Most she has. She wants to paint all four of them. So that's
Right.
basically like 5 jobs in what, a week. And
Right.
then this other person that I talked to today, I don't know, I don't think he didn't find me through Facebook, but he reassured himself with the Facebook content.
Right. Yeah, that's why it's still important because that's just something else that they can do. And like I said, you can add all that stuff to Google. Um, I don't know if you can do the longer videos, but still all the pictures and everything else and shorter videos, all that stuff you
Caulking,
can.
I'm gonna do probably a video of caulking, power wash. I'm just gonna do, you know, I don't. Before I never put anything on the page. Like I would just open up a page and just leave it dead.
Right. Well, I
Now
mean,
I'm
that's
just gonna put it on my personal page and put it on the on the one the page, the Facebook, the
right.
business page.
Yeah, it's a lot of people just want to, just like you were doing, want to put money in ads and hope it works
I like that, right?
and don't get all the results. But all you have to do is put in a little bit of work and make the content yourself, and it pays off a whole lot better.
And then you can charge them
Right.
because
And then
they have
once you,
proof you do those jobs.
right.
Huh. Yeah.
And then, like I said, all your stuff, if you can keep continuing to do the same thing, all your content and all the stuff you're doing is just going to get better and better. So you're going to be able to build more value and be able to charge more, get better clients, and be able to have better customer service
The
and
higher
provide a
people,
better, yeah, hire better people.
yeah,
Your
better jobs,
customer
better
service is
work.
going to be better.
Yeah, like right now, I'm me. I do solo. I do everything. I gotta do the marketing. I gotta pick up the checks. I gotta do the estimate. Everything. I would like to be where I don't have to do all that.
Right. Well, at a certain point, you're going to have enough stuff and have a system of doing it to where you can teach somebody else how to do certain things or go out and do an estimate because you're going to have enough stuff coming in that you're not going to have to do it all yourself.
Yes. You booked up all the way to July, right? Wow. Did you? But
Yes.
you do different like remote bathroom remodels and that too, right?
Yeah, I do uh remodels and painting, but I what I've done the longest is painting because I started that when I was like 12 or 13.
Okay.
And so that's 27, 28 years ago.
Okay. Quite a bit far, right? A little far, long time ago. Then well, you probably get a lot of people that know about you. So you basically you've been doing it so long that you don't need no attachment. You don't even have to work yourself to do that anymore.
No, that's one of the things about doing. Now, it took me a long time to figure it out, but there's a lot of things you can do other
to,
than
to be there.
actually doing Facebook ads, which they work, but you have to have a system. You have to have a bunch of stuff in place for that to be able to be more effective.
Okay.
And but there's different referral things you can do. There's different things you can do keeping up with each client because every time you get a client, you need to keep in contact with them on a regular basis.
How
So the
often do
next
you, how
so the
often
next
how often do you get back to? I mean, wouldn't that be like right now I'm a solo, so that would be hard for me to do everything I do and still do that. I mean, I think it would be hard. I mean, well, unless if like if at the beginning I would write down their email, add it on my email on my Gmail, and then just
Right.
send a mass email to just a one email, but send it out. And that
Yeah.
probably do.
Or, I mean, eventually I use a system. Um, is you can there's different things you can do, but um, one called Constant Contact, and then it just you can create different emails, kind of like newsletters, and you can send that out like once a month. And then all you have to do is create the email, and you can send it to all of them.
How often do you get a reply back from that?
Um, it depends. I mean, I might go a couple months without hearing
Sending it?
anything, but then there's several times where I've gotten a job within a couple hours of sending the emails.
Oh, really?
Yeah, because the customer just happened to be like, "Oh yeah, I want to go ahead and get this done. Let me go ahead and call him," since it just you basically just reminding them that you exist.
Do you keep all the emails from jobs that you didn't get?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's more leads, right?
Right. Whatever it is, you created that lead. So it's unless it's somebody that you don't want to work for, just for whatever reason, they're not a good fit or whatever. But you still want to be able to contact the people. You may not send them an email,
Mm-hmm.
but every month or 3 months or whatever, you could still give them a phone call and say, "Hey, did you ever get this project done? Did you need help with anything else?"
Yes. Right. Yeah. Do you go back to them? Like you call them a couple, maybe a month from now, and if they said no, you call them every once in a while?
Yeah, I mean, there's I'm trying to think of
I did got a job last year like that. I called them back and they went with me.
yeah. I mean, I think I'm trying to think of the longest, but some of the longest it might take like a year or a year and a half before I finally
Then
either hear back from them with a yes or I mean, because they're not going to answer you all the time, or but you can still leave a message. Hey, just wanted to.
you personally, how come you don't? I mean, if you're booked up to July, what you won't just get more people to help you? Mm,
Um,
or you just don't want
I just
to?
because I don't do the subcontractors personally,
Okay,
and but and I'm somewhat in the process of trying to see if I can have somebody that just handles production.
okay,
If I had somebody that just does production, then I would do that. But I haven't found the right person yet.
okay, okay. Just want to be very picky about who, make sure everything's done right, correct?
Yeah, and the it's just not trying to help other people build their business is more of a passion and something I want to focus on.
That's what I was wanted to ask you. I mean, why you do that? I mean, because mm, I mean, you're offering your help. I mean, you ask my, you respond to me, and it's like, I mean, well, what's in it for you? That's what I think. I was like, wow, like,
Right. Well, one, like I said, I just
dissatisfaction or what is it?
yeah want to help people, and not all of it is about the money. I mean, yeah, if I can help you make enough money to want to pay me to help you more, then yes. But if I can help one person learn how to do something and it changes their life, that's worth it to me.
You probably already helped a couple people already, right?
Yes.
And did they started doing how did they did a whole bunch of videos, stuff like that? Probably
Um,
or content or
some do, some don't. It's it depends on what their situation is,
oh
but some people don't feel comfortable like being in videos,
okay.
and I guess also, to be honest, some people don't think that it works.
It what?
Some people don't think that it works.
And they just don't even try.
Right. Um,
Oh,
yeah, because
I'm probably like the perfect student.
yeah. So I mean, because you hear everybody is ads, 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 Facebook ads, Google ads, thumbtack, and part of it is a lot of, like me, my family was painters,
Yes.
but and I worked for a bunch of different painting companies when I was younger, and I knew how to paint, but I nobody ever taught me anything about running a business.
Yeah.
Knowing how to paint and
That's one
learning how
thing.
to run a business is two different things.
Yep. It sure is.
Um,
I back a couple years ago, I used to like, I've always been liking paint. I always liked to paint. I mean, I've always been self-employed pretty much for the longest. I'm 37, 36, 35, I think, or 35 or 36. Probably been self-employed since I was 21. I used to do junk cars and I was doing good and fine. But there's a big step from going from a solo with a tow truck and trailer to going to have to make your own business. Because of own business, then you gotta have a junkyard, and it's a pretty big business that you need a lot of money. So I wasn't ever really able to jump that, but I was the top person who bought junk cars in my area that are solos. I was probably pretty much beating anybody. I was getting more than anybody who would be getting cars. So I was doing good on that, but then with the junk, I never even tried something else just because I always had that, and but there's bad moments when steel goes down, catalytic converters go down, or the prices didn't match up. So this year I was like, you know what, I'm gonna try something different. And well, this one, the to jump the thing, you know what I mean? Like when I was telling you
yeah,
about the jump
yeah,
car, it's much easier. So it's not all that money you gotta pour in. I think it's doable. I mean, I just gotta learn. That's the part. You gotta be good at sales, you gotta be good presentation, you gotta do a good job, or so I mean, I think that is easier because you don't have to have all that money.
right. And there's a lot of things you can do that don't cost a lot of money relatively that can make you big returns. Um, like I said, doing the Facebook stuff, that's pretty much free.
Yep.
Doing it the organic. And then there's other little things you can do that don't cost a lot, but make a
Well,
big impact and helps.
like what? What is the other stuff?
Um, just like door hangers, postcards.
Door hangers work too?
Yeah,
Because like I thought about the door hangers on the when I'm doing a job. I asked one of my employees every time we go to a new house, we're gonna put door hangers. The house we're doing, I mean, on the front, block that we're doing and the same block that we're at. So that's probably about what, 20, 15, 20 houses that we put in
Right.
hangers. And then the yard side.
Yeah. Yeah. Doing that, that's going to help. Because the people in the neighborhood are going to see you, they're going to see the job, and then they can have your information.
Yeah,
Yeah, I mean, I've landed some pretty big jobs from door hangers.
big jobs. So, but do you go for door hangers only? Let's say you go outside and just do door hangers that day, or how do you manage that?
Um, yeah, when I've been slow before, yeah, just put them out. But other than that, yeah, just around the job site.
Yeah, and that's my first year I'm gonna start it. So I'm still gonna know figure it out if it's gonna work or not. But like
Now,
this
I
year
mean,
I'm
if you stay consistent with it, it's going to work. But the thing about it is, all right, so right now, just say you have these 5 jobs.
yeah,
If you put door hangers at
that's
each of those jobs,
that's what six
so
60 houses at least.
yeah, I mean, yeah, 120 houses, depending if you did 20 or 30 around the house,
Yes.
and then you keep doing that for
Mm.
each new job you get, then I guarantee you stay consistent with that, you're going to get more work.
And then if I get more work, I have to help. So
Right.
I mean, I know a lot of people, and then yeah,
And then you're doing everything else
to help that,
grow to grow the social media and
and
all
then
your proof.
yeah, okay, yeah. Yard signs, I bought some, and then I put them all a lot in a lot of places, and they disappear pretty quick.
Right. Well, I wouldn't just put them around, but why if you're going to be at the job for
Put it there.
3 to 5 days, put it on the job site. So you have the yard sign, then the people have the door hanger. And also if you did postcards, because
Postcards.
yeah, you can
Put it
send
up.
basically the same thing that's on the door hanger, or
Mhm.
maybe a different if you have a promotion. Um, the postcard as well. So they're gonna see your van, your yard sign,
They're gonna
door
mix
hanger,
all that together.
a door hanger, and a postcard. So they're gonna see you 3 or 4 times.
A postcard is the one you paid to have it sent out to that mail, or what?
I mean, you can just like the door hangers, you can have them printed out and sent to your house. And then if you know in just say 2 weeks, I'm gonna have a job at 123 Deck Street.
Oh, so come before. I mean, do the postcards
Right.
before
So
I do the job.
yeah, so if you know you're gonna have the job in 2 weeks,
Yes.
you can go on Google and get the addresses to the
Mhm.
houses around that job.
Yeah, that's a good one. Look at that. I mean, that's a very good idea. I mean, that is I mean, it's not that much of a work, you know.
Yeah. I
I can
mean,
do
and
it.
if
That's
it's in
good.
a
Get started.
if it's in a neighborhood that you don't want to work in
Then don't do it.
specifically, then you don't do it. But if it's an area that you want to work in and you want to get more jobs,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, you send a postcard the week
Yeah,
before you
that's
the week
another one I didn't
you
even
go
thought
there,
of.
and then while you're there, you have either you or your guys put the door hangers out.
Yes. Okay. Or I can put the door hangers. just about a week or 2 weeks before that, right? Also, or no?
No, I would do it while you were there because they're going to see the door hanger
And then remember.
while you're at the job.
Okay.
So they're going to see the house across the street getting painted and they have your information.
So sometimes they don't even think about it until they see you and they're like, oh, I want to do that too.
Yeah. And if they like the transformation that they see, then they have your information. They don't need to look for your information.
Nails, yeah, yeah.
And then they're going to be more likely to call you. Oh, yeah. Well, let's see how much that's going to cost us.
All that is social proof.
Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I'm gonna have to get off, but is there any specific question that you
Mhm.
have or anything else I could help with right this second?
Mhm. No, no, I mean, I think with that stuff you just told me about that, flyers, this and that, just be consistent, right? Consistent. And
Right.
do you think all the other painters do that? This like the stuff that we're talking about?
No.
The
That's why
majority,
that's why it's effective.
because they don't do it. They don't want to do the work. They don't want to. They don't want to. They don't. I mean, I know you got to spend time. You got to spend time on the business cards. You got to. I mean, I know a lot of people like they have ugly vans. Like I've seen painters vans. They have a van. Just a Dodge Caravan. They put some ladder racks. And, oh, I'm a painter.
Yeah. Yeah.
And then I've
But
seen,
especially with the van that you have,
yes.
um, and the logo and stuff, you put that stuff on the postcard and the door hangers. I mean, if you're gonna spend $300 on Facebook ads, the one thing about Facebook ads is no matter how specific you try to target a certain person,
Okay.
you're still pretty broad in what you're doing. But if you could spend $300 and get just, I
One
don't
job.
know,
One job can already pay for that.
right? But you spend $300 and you get as many postcards and door hangers as you can get, and you're putting them on the houses that you know you want to work on.
Yes.
That's going to be a whole lot more effective
Than that, right?
because you're giving to people in the neighborhood that you want to work on,
Yeah.
and then they're going to see your work.
I'm gonna get a when there's like those scan bars
Yeah,
codes.
the QR codes.
Yes, that one. I'm gonna see if
Yep.
there's one that it can be done for my Facebook. So every time I do that, I can hand them one in the one side, so it'll have a link to my Facebook, and then another one to my Google My Business. That way, hey, you want to see my pictures before and after? Just here's my business card, and here's this that you can find me right away.
Right. Yep.
Okay, yeah, that was my question. And but yeah, I think I'll do that for sure.
Yeah, and like you said, I mean, if you're going to spend $300 on Facebook ads, or
And it hasn't worked. I mean, I can
yeah,
show you my account. It's just
oh
nothing.
yeah, I agree. I'm pretty sure you spent more than $300,
Yeah,
and then, like I said, all you have to do is have one of the postcards
work.
work or the door hangers work, and if you do it that way, like I said, they're going to see you and see your work in person.
That's more effective
Yes,
than Facebook ads.
right. Because everybody is doing Facebook ads anyway.
Yes, and they don't, and yeah, and that's just. I mean, I go through my phone and I get so many Facebook companies showing off, and I compare mine to them, the Facebook ads that I've done, and I'm like, I'm miles away than what I see from them. I see pictures that don't have nothing, just it just looks really like no, like they don't know what they're doing.
Right. But yeah, I would
Even after I did that before, but they haven't worked. I mean, lately, and I did the before and after pictures. I did a couple before and after in a carousel and different words, different that, and nothing, just no messages. And if their messages, it's just oh, it was an accident. That's what I've been getting. And but I think that's something Facebook is going through right now. That's what I've heard.
but yeah, like I said, you do that stuff alongside of what you're doing already, and you're going to see a big difference.
Okay. Okay. Well, I'll talk to you. I mean, another time when through messages, and well, I appreciate it. The time you had from speaking to me.
No problem. Thank you.
Thank you very much. Bye.
All right. Bye.